All right, everyone, welcome back to the 546 Project, and you are not going to believe it, but everybody's here.
Hello?
Hi.
And we're all just thrilled
excited
to be
to be
here.
here.
We're ecstatic. Carrie's even here, but she's off in the...
Shinsuke just came out and interrupted this match in the New Day and Rusev.
We are watching the Fastlane pay-per-view as we come to you here.
A savage beating of Kofi Kingston, basically.
And they're doing everything they can to hold Kofi down. But we'll get to that in a second. Like I said, it's been a while since we've all been here.
The match is over, by the way.
Yeah, the match, that's going to do it for that. But, so, okay, we can just go ahead and jump right into it. WWE Fastlane. Kofi Kingston was led to believe he was going to be included in the world title match and basically got set up for an epic beatdown.
He got a Cleveland steamer, basically.
He sure did, and they're even in Cleveland. That makes it even worse.
Well, hopefully we'll end up getting the WrestleMania match out of this to build up to screw like that to get him over even
Technically,
more.
he's still in the championship match later, even though he probably will not be competing after this.
Yeah, it doesn't look good at this point if they're just...
Well, yeah, they did say it was a triple threat match. So
they did. So, I mean...
So, be interesting. I just really hope that I don't know, I'd much rather see him win it at, like, WrestleMania as opposed to Fastlane.
Right, have a bigger moment.
But, I mean, if it does hold to be the main event, then I'm a lot better with it than the 7:48 start time that we thought it was.
I'm a Kofi fan, so whatever they do, as long as just to put him out there, I like what they're doing with him here lately. So I've been a Kingston fan since he came in, so it's cool to see them actually utilizing him something beyond the New Day, because I'm over the New Day.
God, those belts are ugly. But then again, like every belt in the WWE is ugly these days.
Which one's he referring to?
The women's
tag.
tag. They look like hubcaps in a way.
They really do. God, they're terrible. The Intercontinental title looks nice.
Would you rather him go back to the Divas title with a butterfly?
No.
Yeah, so it could be worse. Let's keep that in mind.
Well, anything's better than Daniel Bryan's title.
I like Daniel Bryan's
I was
title.
going to say,
That
we
title
have,
belt is a bunch of crap.
we have one guy who is a fan of the Daniel Bryan title. I'll let you defend it. Go ahead.
It fits his character. It fits Daniel Bryan. It's not even his character. It fits who he is.
It does.
Made with the recycled materials and everything. And I like it.
Which leads me to believe, honestly, if they've went as far as to give him his own belt, he's going to have that belt for a while.
No, he can just use it when he has his 18 different title reigns in 6 months. So,
You think it's itchy?
that's what I was thinking.
I'm betting
I would
it's
say
very
yes.
possible. And isn't the plate made of wood?
Yes.
So there's the risk
The
of
plate's made out of wood? Come on, you didn't that comment?
You set yourself up
I
for that.
did. I was trying to avoid it. Is what I was trying to do. Doesn't work if you don't have a wood chuck on your hand.
It's been a very long time since we quoted Full House.
I think his dog ate Woodchuck's
he ate
face.
the face off of the original Mr. Woodchuck. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So next time around when we feature our Where Are They Now segment, it will not be on Mr. Woodchuck because he is literally the man without a face. So
the Chuck without
yes,
a
he
face.
is the Woodchuck without a face. But the
Oh,
play.
you're missing your boy in his new song.
He has another song. He already was out there.
We get more Elias.
More
I'm
Elias,
all
yeah.
for that. But pick up Elias's album on iTunes. By the way, it's epic.
Is it on iTunes?
He does have an album on iTunes. He has an EP on iTunes. I think it's like
Well,
4
we
or 5
have
songs.
It's on Apple Music then. Right?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes, it is. But I lost my train of thought. Yeah, with the wood plate, do you think there's the possibility of splinters? So it's itchy and a splinter.
If they sand it out down good enough.
I mean, let's hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could totally complete the crap circle and just make it spin.
Oh, well, I was thinking, I even like the spinning title more than I do Daniel Bryan's title. But
The spinner belt was a cool concept when Cena had it, but when they made the WWE just the spinning title on its own
right.
and kept it after he, that was like, why did the rated R title spin? Why?
Right.
What was the point behind that? I don't get it. But
Did you know Elias was Randy Savage's illegitimate son?
I hear there are some similarities. I hear he very much looks like a young Randy Savage.
I mean, I would have given anything for Macho Man to have had this gimmick. I would love to hear his songs.
He has
Well, it's
his
funny
rap
you
album.
mentioned that because you can own the Macho Man did cut a CD. I believe it was back in 2002 or 2003.
Really? How did I miss that?
Well,
You missed his rap album?
You missed
Now
it,
look
Brad.
at all those different world titles they're showing right there. The Winged Eagle is by far
That
the
is
best.
my favorite of all time. The Winged Eagle. The Attitude Era belt was cool too.
They're still using the Macho Man to sell Slim Jims, by the way.
Yes, they are.
I just saw a Slim Jim stand where it was like, oh yeah, and it had a picture of Macho Man.
Hey, something that iconic doesn't fade. It's just,
Still on the WWE, they have a new cookbook coming out.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah. It comes out later in this month. One of the recipes is Nacho Man Randy Savage. Okay.
Epic.
And Slim Jims are in the recipe.
I'm already. We need to get
Cut up
this and
Slim
review
Jims are in the recipe.
it. We need to get this and review it.
There's a YouTube channel that I look at, and he got an advanced copy of
Nice.
the cookbook. So he made that recipe. He made the Big Boss Man's ham steak donuts.
Why is the Big Boss Man a part of this thing?
They just it's not like the first cookbook where they were.
All current.
Well, no, they were
submitted
submitted by the actual wrestlers.
Okay.
This cookbook is just
They just came up with
have
their own thing and
names. They
slapped
just
their
have
name
names
on it.
that are
So they kind of phoned this one in, is what you're saying.
yeah, like one of the recipes is bakishta. It's a quiche.
Really?
That has sausage and bacon, and it's a quiche.
Oh, we forgot to touch on this here. Shane McMahon turning on The Miz tonight.
The Shane McMahon heel turn that they've talked about for the last couple of months. They finally executed that. Miz and Shane McMahon lost against the Usos in an attempt to reclaim the SmackDown tag titles. And I guess it was all just too much for Shane because he turned on the Miz. And
They're interviewing him now. Obviously, we can't really hear it because you wouldn't be able to hear us. But he has declined.
Shane declined the interview. So
He's speechless. He's absolutely speechless over what he did.
there was no chance in hell for that interview.
What do you think about the continued infusion of the McMahon family in all the storylines?
I'll be honest, I kind of like seeing Vince McMahon back on TV. I do. I've always liked Vince McMahon's character. I can remember back when he first kind of made that whole inception into the storylines. So I like seeing Vince again.
I'd rather see them bring the McMahons in than every freaking Attitude Era superstar you can think of in the storylines. So I'm fine with it.
It's better than going through a cycle of like Raw general managers and whatnot, because when they stick with one and you kind of get into that character and you like what they're doing, then they do something to change it. I really don't feel like they really did very much with Kurt Angle being the Raw GM.
No,
His reign was lackluster, if I would say so. Paige was much better.
Yeah, and it
her
was a
role.
shame. It was a shame that she had to lose out, especially with what happened. She can't wrestle anymore. I thought it was really cool that they found a way to keep her on TV and to keep the ball rolling, but now you don't see her at all.
The Stephanie McMahon, I still don't find to be very entertaining, though. Like, I just hate listening to her talk.
Her with Triple H works.
Her
because-
alone does
Yeah,
not.
that's what I mean. Like her and Triple H coming out as the power couple, that works. But yeah, I'm okay with what they're doing. And now I think it's going to be interesting with Shane McMahon being the heel Shane. Seeing what he does on SmackDown should be really cool.
I told you guys when it happened, they were setting up for that father-son tag team match at WrestleMania.
I wonder, would they go that route? Or
Probably not.
You could
But
maybe see
definitely
that
Mrs.
on
Dad
the
would be in the
build-up.
corner.
Right, but maybe see that as a build-up. Maybe they would actually do that. I wouldn't be surprised.
You think 73? I have no idea how old he is, but
Is that how old he is? I don't know.
You think Vince McMahon? He probably could, but I just don't
I
want
think
him
having a
to.
dad in the corner is more realistic. than
Yeah,
having a
I
dad.
could see that. Yeah, and then somehow Vince would get involved. Yeah, that could be interesting.
That's an interesting ring entrance.
Aleister Black's. Yeah.
It's like how do you move Gangrel into the modern WWE?
It looks like they bought those candles that aren't like
they aren't actually like candles. It's just like lit up.
It's
the flameless
just,
candle.
Yeah.
Aleister Black, one of the latest call-ups, along with Ricochet,
Johnny.
Tommaso Ciampa, but unfortunately you're not going to be seeing him. He had to have neck surgery, which is going to keep him out of action for quite a while. Johnny Gargano's also come up along with EC3.
It really takes away from the NXT brand to bring all those guys up at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't think they'd pull that many. And I believe there's also a couple of the female wrestlers are coming up as well. But
Lacey Evans.
Lacey Evans has already been on. Yeah, she's kind of on, and they're kind of having them both go on both brands right now. They're not really brand specific right yet, but and I believe there's one or two other ones coming up along with Lacey Evans, but we haven't seen them yet.
There are.
I thought there was going to be one or two more. I could be wrong.
This I don't know. I only know of Evans, but we'll see.
Well, Nikki Cross also came up,
but she was part of Sanity.
Yeah,
and I don't know what the hell happened to them.
They had her on SmackDown. She came out and confronted Becky Lynch, and then it was like she disappeared for a few weeks. And then I don't know. I thought maybe they would repackage her, but they didn't really repackage her. They just kind of pulled her off, and now she's back out again.
Yeah, but what did happen to Sanity? Do you know?
I think they're still there. They just haven't used them.
Huh.
They're just being unutilized.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Looks like we're waiting on the return of Bray Wyatt. Where's Bray Wyatt been?
Luke Harper came back.
Eric Rowan came back.
He was in a house show here recently.
Yeah, and Eric Rowan, of course, is back on TV as well. So I mean, hopefully
he gets to clean Daniel Bryan's belt.
Yes, and hopefully it's only a matter of time until we see.
He uses Lemon Pledge to clean it off. I think.
I imagine it.
Well, maybe they don't use those chemicals. I don't know. Maybe he just uses.
They probably use something greener if they need to.
Yeah, I mean, it's just some kind of surface wipe or something.
Some organic cleaner.
Right. Probably so. Is that a Velcro
Lemon
back?
Pledge.
I'm sorry?
Is that a Velcro back belt?
I believe it is.
Okay.
Well. But we got a lot of other stuff going on in the world of sports. Some trades and some shifting around in both the NFL and Major League Baseball. So where do you guys want to start?
May as well start with Antonio Brown.
Yeah, the Antonio Brown saga has apparently reached a conclusion.
Well, I'm glad he's out of Pittsburgh, but I think they could have gotten just a little bit more for him.
I think Pittsburgh's glad he's out of Pittsburgh.
The issue with that comes to where, and we said this earlier, Antonio Brown held all the cards. Everybody knew he wanted out, so there was no leverage by the Steelers. They couldn't get what they could have earlier if he wasn't making it known that, I want out of here. So, I think if he wouldn't have said anything, they probably would have gotten a second-round pick from anybody. Maybe even a first, but I don't know.
Well, good luck winning your championship with the Raiders.
He doesn't.
Say, for those who haven't heard,
He doesn't care about that. All he cares about his contract.
They gave him more money.
Yeah, for those who haven't heard, he settled with the Raiders for 3 years.
I think it's like 50
million? 50
yeah.
and a half mil. And the Steelers receive a 3rd and 5th round pick, or 3rd and 6th round, something like that.
I've said this before, like pretty recently. I think he has mental health problems.
I think he does as well.
Who goes out there? Who dyes their mustache blonde and has blue dreadlocks in their hair like he does? He just doesn't. It looks like he's not all there.
I think it's the one thing Dennis Rodman didn't do.
Well, just wait and see what happens to his psyche when he's on the West Coast. Around all that with Hollywood
it changes
out there,
it.
and
It
they're
changes
moving
it.
to Vegas next year, right?
Yeah.
Like I mean, just that atmosphere alone is.
He'll be a regular at Caesar's Palace.
He'll fit right in, honestly.
But I also saw you can get like a personalized greeting for him.
I saw that.
The $500.
$500.
Yeah, $500 for a greeting from Antonio Brown, and I saw the one that they posted, like, some guy had his 38th birthday, and he was like, so I hear it's your 38th birthday. Oh, and it's your second anniversary wedding. And then he smiles like, it's just so weird. It's like he's a psycho.
So people, save your $500. Nobody's really all that interested.
But
in from Antonio Brown.
I think the service is called Cameo or something like that.
It's actually a popular service.
You can get all these celebrities and pay, because it's a different fee for each one.
Yeah, the only reason I heard about it, actually, this would be, I'm sure I know you or I would be much happier with a greeting from Catherine Sutherland from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. She was doing them at one time, and I don't know
much.
I don't even think it was triple digits. Hers was much more reasonable, to get done.
And
but
she has an accent.
Exactly. I mean, that's why I was like, save your $500 for Antonio Brown and just put out the whatever it is, and we'd be more than happy to accept one from her.
Especially if you don't get your money's worth.
She can call me anything she wants, sounding like she sounds.
You could get the referee from Nickelodeon Guts if you want.
That would also be fine. That's also not a problem.
You could probably pay for that just as much as you pay for a McChicken at McDonald's, I think. I would think so.
Not a lot of people remember Moorcork, but you know what? I do.
I don't eat the McChicken very often. But when I do, I always replace the mayo with ranch. And eat it like that.
There'd be nothing
really
wrong.
good.
There'd be nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's really good with ranch.
They have a ranch snack wrap, too.
Do they?
Where they do the buttermilk chicken tenders in there.
What do you think of those?
I like them.
I think they're good.
I like the chicken tenders. The barbecue ones they were doing there for a while were really good. Boy, did we segue all over the place, didn't we?
Well,
but
we knew that was going to happen.
Those are awesome. But I'll tell you what, I got a gripe with McDonald's. You know, it really grinds my gears. McDonald's now serves breakfast all day, which is awesome. But they've come out with donut sticks, but you can only get those in the morning. Screw you, McDonald's. That is what grinds my gears.
Well, you can't get the bagel sandwiches all day.
Yeah, it's a limited menu.
Still,
I mean,
it's a damn donut stick. Come on, folks.
I think 9 times out of 10 when I go to McDonald's now, I always get hash browns instead of fries. Unless the Wizards or Caps lead through the first period, and then I get a free large fries.
Yes.
So that's what I did today. My meal cost $22 or something for a cheeseburger, large fry, and a large Coke. So.
I haven't paid attention, and I know breakfast all day is something I wanted for years, and really I haven't paid attention to it. I haven't utilized it all that much, but the bagel sandwich is actually one of my favorite things for breakfast. That or the sausage McMuffin.
I just like their plain sausage biscuits.
The biscuit, if they're fresh, it's great, but if not, that biscuit, oh my God, it's dry and awful.
I just flat out love their breakfast period, but their sausage is really good.
It is. I enjoy it.
Speaking of sausage, did you you brought Sheetz home the other morning? Is that turkey sausage that Sheetz offers?
That was a
or what
chicken.
was that? Oh, it's
Chicken
sausage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because you were eating breakfast food from Sheetz. I'm like, he's eating sausage. So I'm like, it can't be regular sausage.
Chicken
I don't know
sausage
half the
is
celebrities on this Cameo thing.
Who is on there?
Let's see here. Can we just look it up? Here, give me somebody's name.
Al Lopez. No.
No. He's dead.
Mario Lopez then.
Yeah, Mario. Is he on there? I know Brett Favre did something with them.
If you do Favre, that's just a picture thing, though.
I would have double
what?
bagged. Ooh. You see, they haven't moved too often anymore. I forget what that's called. You pick them up for like a vertical suplex, then throw them on the ropes and let them sling back onto the mat.
No,
I think it's just be a slingshot suplex.
Slingshot
Who do we
suplex.
have in the ring now?
Brett Favre, $500.
Same as
$500?
Antonio Brown.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just think some of these guys have such a high opinion of themselves. Okay, like we mentioned Catherine Sutherland. Look her up and see exactly what she's
Well,
charging.
back to the Antonio Brown one you're talking about. Like, who in their right mind at the age of 38 would pay that much money for a shout out?
You would be surprised.
When I was 14, yeah, I would have done that.
You would be surprised what people will pay for.
If they have disposable income, maybe.
Exactly.
But I don't know. I'm a little bit more fiscally responsible.
Never
than
anything
spending
like that.
$500
You'd be surprised at what
doing
I've
that.
paid for it, but never $500 for a shout out. No, but people will buy anything.
Hey,
I don't think he even said.
shout out for $1.
I don't think he even said his name.
Ouch.
So it was terrible, and it shows you. As I said, I think he's got mental health problems.
Dan, Bret Hart, 150.
See, that's reasonable.
Yeah, but you already met Bret Hart.
Right, I did. I'm
I'm just saying because it popped up.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
But it's just a shout out, right?
I can get that.
Yeah.
What do you get out of this?
You get. I think it's limited to. I think like time. I think you pay for.
It's
like,
so long, but from what I read,
I think it's like 30 seconds.
Is it a video?
Maybe even.
It's a
yeah,
video.
It's a video.
And again, when I found out Kat did it, I was very curious. I read up on it. And I think you actually get to keep it. You can download it and all that kind of stuff. It's yours, so you can save it for posterity.
So you take this money, and you're talking about the video. If it were like a video chat where I could actually talk to them, I could probably do 150 for a Bret Hart or somebody like that who I actually like.
Well, I
Right.
think Sonny was charging even less than that.
And you got a lot more from your time with Sonny than you
'cause
probably
I think
are with Bret Hart.
I think she would.
Ken
trip you.
Shamrock, $40.
Ken
Wow.
Shamrock, $40.
Yeah.
Dang.
See, that's not bad. Like if you had something like I was a Shamrock fan, and if I were still as hardcore into this like I was like back in the day, yeah, that'd be awesome.
See, if they would do this as video chats, I'd probably do that. $40 for like somebody like Ken Shamrock, because that is literally like going to a convention, not waiting in line for an autograph, and then actually be able to like keep a video of that. Like, okay, I can get
Joanne
that.
Hollywood, $40. Talking about people with sexy accents. She's Scottish or something like that.
You're gonna have to explain who that is.
She's a UFC fighter.
Oh. Is that the going rate for UFC fighters? $40, I guess.
I mean, hers is 40. Paige Van Zant's 100.
Jeez.
T. Ortiz, he was 80. Randy Couture 75.
See, these people don't even know who you are or what you look like. That's my problem with it. Do a fucking Skype session for 2 minutes or whatever.
Holly Holm 100. I mean,
Like that, I could honestly get into. Why isn't that a thing? I think they should do that.
I think
people as low as $15.
I think it's more of a time thing. If it was a Skype chat, it probably costs more than what they charge.
Yeah, but the
if
thing
I'm
is,
not mistaken,
$100 for like a 2-minute chat.
and if I'm not mistaken, I think you can if say I were doing it for one of you for your birthday or just as just a gift, I think you can kind of put in there what you want them to say too, kind of what you want to touch on.
I thought you were going to be like, I will video chat you guys on your birthday for $50. I'm like, thanks.
I think what I'm saying is I think you can kind of put in there what you're looking for,
I mean, like a birthday card type thing, like, I can get that, but I don't know. I'd still like to be able to get something out of it. Like, I had a conversation where I got to tell them how much this match meant to me.
It depends on the kind of diehard fan you are of who you're getting it from. I mean, it's all, like I said, people will pay for
right, like if Nathan could have a video chat with Bryce Harper and be like, hey, remember when you fucking cut in front of line at Chipotle? Yeah, back when you were living in Hagerstown?
He says, I don't remember. And
you
can just say, well, you did.
He's like, I don't remember. I make $33 million a year now, or whatever the fuck his salary is.
Here's the problem with that. I would not spend the money to do that. I would. There's no amount of money that would make me want to do that. Sorry.
You wouldn't do that for like $10. Like, if you could literally tell that motherfucker...
You could just tell
like,
him
hey,
you thought he was a
I don't know who the fuck
asshole.
you think you are, thinking you could cut in front of the line at Chipotle, but you're a dick.
Yeah, but I just gave him $10 that he doesn't need.
That's true. Ultimately, he wins.
Yeah, but
that is the conundrum.
You get to tell him.
Still, that is the conundrum.
It's personal satisfaction, but I don't really care. I don't really care that much. It's more of a running joke than anything else.
I'm confused now. How are animals on here?
What?
Animals?
Animals? You mean like Lassie?
You said like I could have a dog from Frasier were he not dead? I could have a dog from Frasier, bark for me.
Brian,
it says Owen, dog, $20. I don't know who this dog. Like, is it a famous
It's just a random dog.
I don't know. Who are these animals? Do you recognize any of these animals?
I don't even know any of them. They're just
I
random
asked him to look up
animals.
Cat Sutherland to double check, and he's showing me dogs.
I'd rather.
Oh, wow.
Bruno Mars the Chihuahua.
Nice.
I'd rather
That's a
adopt a dog for that much money.
It was $10.
Yeah, you could probably get a dog for that much.
That is fucking crazy. But I like the idea of like a video chat or a Skype session. But no, just for like a video card or whatever you want, whatever they're calling
Greeting, I guess.
card.
I know one thing I thought was cool. I remember a couple of Christmases ago, Jason David Frank was actually calling people.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He was actually like calling people. I don't know how long the call was, but I think he would do that.
You weren't paying for that though. That was like a
No, I'm just
Yeah.
talking. It was just. It
What
wasn't
if
even really a
what if there
contest,
was a
you just-
service like this where celebrities would give people like bad health news?
Did anybody hear about the
What?
elderly man that got his like bad news from the robot at the?
I just saw that on Facebook
at the
about an
robot at the
hour before
hospital.
you came over. Yes, it was a cold call basically or whatever, telling him he was going to die. How horrible!
I mean, that's not funny.
Yes.
Yet we're laughing at it.
I mean, because I'm just imagining.
Was it Skynet? No.
I mean,
You were going to be terminated.
Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how it worked. But.
like say Sting from like the wrestler Sting.
Okay, because
Not Sting.
I don't care about Sting.
So are you saying if he called and said enjoy every breath you take? Oh yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
Because you got about 5 left.
Right. Yeah. So you're saying that would cushion the blow? Is that what you're saying?
Like he gave you news about your STD.
That depends. Which Sting? Is it NWO Sting or is it regular Sting? Is it the Crow Sting?
He'd be in the
Sting?
he'd be in the face paint.
Well,
like
yeah,
the,
but-
like the original face paint.
Okay, like '90s, like surfer, like blonde ponytail. Sting.
I don't know. That would look a
Rat-tail
little
Sting.
awkward with him as he is now.
Yeah, he could probably just do the rat tail now.
Yeah.
That would be all that's left. But
Yeah. I mean, even when he wrestled against Rollins, he still had that long hair, but he's going bald. That's the move that I reacted to earlier. That was pretty incredible.
good thing that post wasn't higher.
Yeah. He would have scraped up his entire. Ugh.
It looked like hamburger meat.
Ugh. And you want to refer to when Seth Rollins almost killed him? Is that what you're referring to?
It looked like Mama June's toe.
Oh, forklift foot. No.
Look at
Nobody
this
wants
move.
that.
Look at this.
Oh.
He does this
Yarp.
I guess it's a 450.
Who did
Yeah,
is that
450.
Is that Ricochet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was, like, so close to
Yet
being
they
bad.
yet the revival still won after all that.
Here.
They're not going to have any titles change.
But no, I mean services like this Cameo thing and all that. I mean it works for what it is. I'm sure people are a bit like going back to the Power Rangers. You know there are diehard Ranger fans that are going to pay for that. You know it.
Well, yeah. But, I don't know, just a shout out. Like, I don't know, I at least want to meet the person or be able to talk to them.
The ones from Sunny were sure interesting though. From what I hear, like that chick, she was down for anything, man.
Time was not good to her.
That's what I hear, but
Neither were the drugs.
yeah, and they were aplenty.
Well, I think
So
she
were you
went
inquiring
to
about-
jail, didn't she?
She just got out of jail.
She just got out?
Yeah.
Were you inquiring about Catherine Sutherland?
Yes, I was.
$40.
See,
$40.
I would pay that. I'd do it. Read it because I think it tells you. If you look at the description, it tells you what all you get, like how it. I mean, if we're going to talk about this, I might as well break it down and go give the full.
You can say if it's for you or someone else. You do like a for from thing. They give an example. Hi, my friend Carissa just went through a breakup and needs some cheering up.
Or I think mine would have been like, "Hi, I just went through a horrible breakup. Are you available?"
Right.
She's married, but still.
Hi, my grandfather just found out from a robot that he has 5 days to live.
Aw.
Can you please do something about it? So I guess, yeah, you can just have, like, kind of give an outline and they'll...
I'm just saying, you guys. My birthday's in November. Just saying. Just saying.
Well, I'm glad it's staying in the same month.
Staying the way it always does, right? Yeah,
that we used to.
It hasn't moved.
Now, this little promo they're doing with this photo shoot thing here on the network. You guys remember when you used to be able to send in your tapes for your Nitro parties or your Raw parties,
Yeah.
whatever it was Nitro, right?
It was Nitro.
Oh,
Yeah.
vaguely.
Like you send in your Nitro party, and then they
Then they may send the
Send
Nitro
it
girls
to-
to your
Yeah.
house to host the Nitro party.
Well, first of all, we'd have had heart attacks, but I don't think anybody wanted to see our party where it was just basically us sitting there watching it and generally falling asleep before it was over. Like,
that's
So
not true. We always stay up to the
so
end of
nothing's
Raw.
changed. Is that what you're saying?
pretty much.
But
like,
our Nitro party would have included us watching it from 8 to 9, hitting
watching-
record,
Yes.
going to Raw, and then going back and forth between Raw's commercial breaks.
They probably would have returned our video and made us pay the return postage.
Right. I mean, as much as I love WCW, but during that time, WWE was just so much better.
Yeah.
Or WWF, I don't know why I'm censoring myself, but...
So Carmella's in the ring now. Should Corey Graves leave the ring
Yeah, I
area?
don't think he should be anywhere near that. That's got to be a hostile working. Yeah, that's something that's happened since we've last been together. Yeah, that they're. But see, Moore's come out about that. Apparently, I think him and his wife were already. Separated.
Before this, yes.
Yeah, because when it first came out, I mean, it really painted a picture that like Graves was a horrible person.
Right.
But now that Moore has leaked out, from the way it sounds, they were already not so much divorced or whatever, but
Separated, yes.
So, I mean, I think she just, I mean, really, I hate to say this, but it sounds like she just had an axe to grind.
Probably. Wanted a little bit more than what she was getting.
Yeah.
You know. But the WWE is the ultimate aphrodisiac. I mean, how many people have, like, been together?
You
in
know,
that?
a lot of them come out, but I bet there have
Even
been
more,
hookups
right,
and all that,
yeah.
that we have never even. I know there was a rumor a long time ago, we mentioned Sunny, that her and Bret Hart had something. Or her and Shawn Michaels. I think it was kind of.
Well, then her and Shawn
Stories
Michaels is
about
not
both.
really a secret. But her and Bret Hart is what
Yeah,
pissed Bret off really bad.
Yeah, that was. But according to her, I don't think
It
they
never
did.
happened,
Yeah,
right.
Right.
Now, she did admit they shared a locker room. That she did admit to that.
Which
I remember.
is a little odd on the surface. When you
Yeah, I
think
mean,
about
it does sound, but that just goes back to the thing where, as far as the mainstream media and most people's opinions, like a man and a woman can't spend time together without sleeping together, which is
Right.
bullshit. It really is. But yeah, the word she did say that at times they shared a locker room, but according to her, and honestly, it don't seem like she would be the one to fabricate. I mean, she's always kind of been pretty much right out there with the shit that she's done.
Right.
I tend to believe it.
I mean, I think of her as like the Jose Canseco of the WWE. So, pretty sure if it happens, she'd throw it out there.
Yeah, she don't seem like one to really sugarcoat anything. Why would she? What does she have to? What does she have to gain by lying about it?
At this,
If anything, it would make people more interested in her. So,
It is sad, kind of the way things have gone for her over the last so many years. It's kind of.
I think part of that was the Chris Candido thing.
Yeah, I don't really think she's ever gotten over it. I mean, it's.
No, I don't think so either. It's just kind of, it's sad that had happened and that he passed in the way that he did.
Yeah, and the way it did, absolutely.
I mean, he takes he took a drop kick to the knee or something, or
Yeah. I mean,
and then the surgery and then the complications.
Yeah, and
that's
it was gone.
That's crazy. So this is the U.S. Championship four-way, right? That I had no idea that they were doing.
I think it became a fatal four-way earlier this evening. So what have you got? Rey Mysterio, Andrade. Thank God they dropped his last name because I still can't say it.
But it was the thing was they had three, like Andrade, Cien, Almas, and now it's just Andrade.
They do that a lot though.
They drop
certain-
last names for
Yeah,
some reason.
because
Elias
of-
Sampson, now he's Elias.
Elias.
They've done more than definitely. Adrian.
Big E.
It used to be Adrian Neville, and it was just
Just
Neville.
went to Neville. Big E Langston just went to
Big E.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it happens quite a bit.
what's Neville going by now?
Oh, it's Pac.
Yeah, it is
I
Pat.
believe, yeah, because he's not.
That's what he originally was, Pac, before he went to WWE. They just
And-
change their name all the
And
time.
now he's with AEW.
Yeah.
Speaking of AEW, it looks like before too long, you might as well say that
JR.
Gallows and Anderson is actually where I were going with it. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, I'm betting are going to end up there. They've decided to no longer pursue a career in the WWE.
They also could go back to New Japan.
They could. They were huge over there. So, I mean, that's also possible. I kind of have a feeling
Shinsuke is possibility for that as well.
They've been saying that as well. Really, even before AEW, there was a lot of talk that he wasn't going to re-sign. But he's another one. He could go back to New Japan and do whatever.
TJ Perkins.
TJP, kind of a surprising release from WWE. So he may end up
in a way it is because he was on 205 right before.
Yeah, like the day before. A day or two before his release. Now you mentioned,
why use the guy if you know he's gonna not be there?
Now you mentioned JR. JR will not renew his contract when it's up. And that could be interesting.
I heard that apparently there's an offer out there that would pay him like $900,000 a year or something like that from what I read. But we'll see. I would love to see that.
JR's a class act, no matter where he goes. I'm sure at this point he doesn't even need the money.
In a separate article is like what I was talking about, where Fox wants WWE to go to a more adult content and step away from the PC content it is now. Apparently, they're also talking about going back to a 2-man announcing crew as opposed to the 3-man,
which would be nice. I never understood the reason for a 3-man booth. I never understood that.
Hey, there's a way you could get rid of Corey Graves. Just take him off of both shows, and then that's what you have.
Yeah, because I think it would be a slap in the face if they removed Renee Young at this point.
I think at this point she's there.
I think she's going to be a mainstay, which is cool because she's cool.
Yeah,
I like Renee Young a lot.
I just don't watch Raw enough to formulate
I've
an
caught
opinion.
on Hulu recently. It really cuts it down the next day. But the thing is, because of Facebook, I already know everything.
I probably see about 65% of Raw. It's on. I'm on the couch, but my eyes aren't always open.
Again, this goes to the argument against the 3-hour
definitely.
show every week.
Back to 2 hours. If it could go back to 2 hours, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
3 hours would be great if it was 3 hours of wrestling, but it's not. You've got
There's way too much filler.
Yeah, you've got a lot of throwaway spots that you just don't need.
But with the pay-per-views, most of the stuff, not in this show, we can't really use this show as an example because they've had the thing with Kofi, the thing with Shane.
The flows went pretty well with
but
this.
Most of the other, wrestling, showcase event, I don't even know what they call them anymore because they don't really call them pay-per-views. Network specials, that's what they call them.
I think that's what they're saying now.
A lot of them are just really the wrestling as it is, and then they throw in whatever advertisements.
Yeah, you've got some advertising throwaway spots, but this really hasn't went too bad. I mean, this has kind of had a pretty even flow with it.
How did the pay-per-views go for these now? You don't need the network, right? You can still order them pay-per-view, right?
Most of them are still regular pay-per-views. I think over the last couple of years, though, a couple other providers have not carried WrestleMania.
Really? Because they're mad about the network carrying all the pay-per-views, I guess?
The loss of revenue.
If you wanted WrestleMania, there would be absolutely no reason for you to get it on pay-per-view.
No.
You get it. You can get it for free now. You
literally cash in on people who just don't care. I don't know. Like, who doesn't have internet?
Or just sign up for a free trial right before you get it and then cancel it. And then the next year, okay, how hard is it to create a new email address?
And it's a different price for standard definition and high definition. I mean,
on pay-per-view, exactly. Yeah, which is ridiculous.
Really?
Yes, it is. It's like a $10 difference.
Now, I'm curious to see, there's still talk that at some point in the year they may restructure the WWE Network a little bit as far as the content. There's been talk of a tier structure and price. They haven't really said what would be available, full tier as opposed, like what the highest tier would get you as opposed to the low end. But that is something they've talked about for a while now.
I really wish the search engine on the network were better. Like where I can type in Sid and just have more like concise matches, or like list them in order, or like promo dates and matches and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Because like you can go on and search and it'll bring up like random things, but it's like no rhyme or reason to it.
I wish, and we've talked about this. I wish you could, like, if you were watching a pay-per-view or whatever, you could skip through the matches. You could skip chapter,
it should have a chapter guide.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
I just thought about that yesterday. I was going through the network and rewatching. I watched Jeff Hardy win the world title for the first time. I went and watched Michaels, Kurt Angle, WrestleMania 21, and like all that stuff. Like it'd be really cool to not have to fast forward.
Yeah, if you could just kind of just pull up the card for each thing and go that way if you want.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool.
I know you're talking about you like Renee Young.
Yes.
But the current rumor is that she might be being removed from...
Going with Dean? Is that what you're trying to allude to?
I'm just saying what I saw. They said that they didn't know why, but there was a rumor regarding her being removed from the announcement.
I've heard some different stuff because as soon as it came out that Ambrose was leaving, that was the big question. What was she going to do? But the last I had heard, and this has been a while, that she was going to stay put. But very, very interesting.
And going on with the Ambrose thing, we had debated we debated last time whether it was legitimate or not.
Yeah,
I'm leaning towards that it is legitimate at this point.
I'm thinking so too, and I figured they just decided the best way to approach it is to just run with it, make it part of the storyline.
Yeah. And the Shield one last time thing is kind of part of it.
Yeah, I mean
I'm still not entirely sold on it. I still think it's work.
I think of the three,
he could easily come back at a later time. I mean, he doesn't even have to really. He doesn't have to work if he doesn't want to.
I think of the three, he's probably the third rank of the three as far as who they've put over.
Oh yeah, for sure. Now, apparently, built into their contracts with any current WWE roster member, when they leave, they're not allowed to work for anyone for 6 months after.
It's 90 days.
Is it 90 days? I thought it was
90 days.
Okay, it's a 90-day thing.
90 day.
They had that clause in their
90-day no compete clause.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to get around.
Well,
that.
the issue comes to where you release someone, they don't work for you anymore. Okay. What's stopping them? If I lose my job, they fire me. I don't have to wait 90 days until I go somewhere else.
But you don't sign a contract with your job either.
But the contract is over. If you took that to court, if you really took that to court, they'd throw it out.
You probably get that out. Unless they maybe received some sort of type of bonus for that. Which I can see them doing. That way you don't have a Luger showing up on Nitro the next night kind of thing.
Well, the thing is, you don't really have...
showing up same night he's on WWE TV.
You don't really have that thing anymore. It's not a big issue. And it really isn't going to be an issue.
Luger wasn't under contract when he did that, though. He had not signed a new deal.
Yeah, he was
totally
expired on Sunday.
No, that's the thing. It would alleviate that from ever being a possibility.
That was just a general fact. No, I didn't know if you knew that. Because I'm thinking a lot of people assumed that he, went against his. But no, the only reason I know is because I read his book about a month ago. He had
Luger really got the shaft in WWE. I mean. Going from the Lex Express and everything, never gave him the world title. He beat Yokozuna, but it wasn't a title match.
No, it was. He lost by count out.
But he lost by count out. But yeah, I don't know. He totally got screwed. But I don't think Luger could have carried the company anyway because he didn't have the mic skills for it.
I don't think so.
I always liked Luger myself.
I'm a big Luger fan, definitely, but I don't think he's going to be the guy you build your.
He had the body. He could. I thought he was a fair enough wrestler, but
Samoa Joe's gonna win here, I think.
more than
Nope.
that.
Not yet.
Oh, I thought they were going to be distracted.
But yeah, from what I read, he said him and Vince were on speaking terms. He had not yet signed a new deal. He made a call to Sting for one reason or another. They were talking. I believe it was Sting or somebody that he talked to.
It was Sting.
And he mentioned that you could come back, and he worked it out with Eric Bischoff, and
Bischoff lowballed
He
him,
lowballed
and he
him,
still took it.
and he still took the deal.
But back to that, you don't think AEW is going to bring the heat on WWE?
I think it's
at all?
more hype
Oh,
than
they-
anything. What TV network are they on?
We don't know yet.
If they go to a place like WGN, do you think that's even like? I mean, I don't know if I even get WGN on.
There was possible talk about Turner, AOL. I don't see that happening, but it's a rumor. But that's what it is. Chalk it up to being a rumor.
I think. in
And
the
then it goes
beginning-
to the aspect of a live or a taped show,
I
whatever
think
they
in the
do.
beginning you're going to get people to tune in just on the
to see.
concept, to see what it is,
Right.
to see what they do. Because the problem is you're going to go and get all these guys. You got to have something to do with all of them. Because a lot
But
of
the thing
these
is,
guys,
they're not overloading the roster.
No,
like,
but a lot of
they've
these-
come out and said that.
but a lot of these guys are established stars, and I mean they're big names. They're going to want in. They're not going to set. You know what I mean? They're going to want. They're going to want to be active somehow.
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I
And
definitely am.
I hope they close a TV deal because it looks like it will be a Tuesday night thing. So a SmackDown off Tuesday nights, it opens that up.
Because I said, what is the pay-per-view that's coming up for them is in what, in May?
May.
I would be willing for all of us to put in on that and order that if you guys are in.
I mean, I definitely want to see it. So
Here's a tie-in that will kind of go into a different direction, but it has an AEW type of a coincidence, I guess.
Samoa one.
Samoa Joe one.
Samoa
Yeah.
retains the U.S. title, folks.
One of the competitors in AEW is someone by the name of Jungle Boy, and I know you may not know who
I've
it
heard
is,
the name, but I don't know anything about
but
him.
it kind of ties into something that happened here recently, that he's Luke Perry's son.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I knew his son was. That's where I heard the name because I read he'd sent out a tweet, basically thanking everybody for their support and all that after the unfortunate passing of Luke Perry. I didn't know he was on the AEW squad. I didn't know that.
that's cool.
But yeah, very very sad news out of Hollywood within the last week.
I mean, he had a massive stroke, and then he died like 5 years. 5 years. 5
Apparently
days.
Nathan has mastered time travel. But very sad, actually. They put him in a medically induced coma, and he never recovered.
Yeah.
From what I read at the time of the stroke and all, when it happened, when the paramedics got to him, he was alert. He was talking, but again, they put him in the induced coma to let the brain heal and do its thing. And sadly, never came out. Very sad. What, 53, I believe?
52.
52.
Yeah.
Thank you. Carrie's joined us. She's came out from the back of the studio here.
She heard Luke Perry's name and had to come
I
out.
was watching Riverdale.
Yes, Carrie has discovered Riverdale now that Luke Perry can't be on it anymore. She's discovered Riverdale. But actually, they said
Riverdale as a show in itself takes a dark turn from the comics, doesn't
sure
it?
does. I tell you,
I still don't even know what the show is. But
old Jughead Jones isn't the
Archie
Jughead
After
that we-
Dark.
Yeah, basically, yes. I mean, you're not going to see the fun-loving Jughead eating hamburgers that you're
Well, he
used
does
to.
Plenty of hamburgers.
Yeah, but I think they're filled with hate.
Yeah.
Watch the show.
All I'll say is I watched the first episode and I thought it was kind of cool to see a live-action Josie and the Pussycats, and we're not talking about the abortion from 2001, the movie.
In Moose,
But,
is there a Moose character on
There
there?
is a Moose character, yes. My only experience with the Archies up until now was the cartoon from like the late 80s, early 90s they did.
Right, yeah.
That's the one I
That's-
remember.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
We even have Vegas the dog.
Yes, apparently Vegas the dog was a big deal for Carrie. She mentioned that.
Isn't that Jughead's?
No, that's Archie's.
Oh, it's Archie's
dog.
Apparently it's Archie's dog. I
Archie
mean,
and his dad's dog.
Didn't Jughead have a dog too?
Yes. Oh, what the hell's that dog's name? I can't think of its name right now. But yes, there's a dog.
yeah, so I mean so definitely a darker turn, but
Now,
the word-
Luke Perry was Archie's dad. In
Yeah.
the
Yes.
Okay.
But they said that he had not signed on for the upcoming 90210 reboot, but they said because his schedule with Riverdale was keeping him busy and everything.
What is the direction is that like? What are they doing with that?
I'm not sure, but I knew you.
Is it gonna be like them having kids and it's following the kids, or what?
Kind of
That was
classy next generation.
Well, that was
kind
kind
of
of what you got. With
They already did.
Yeah, the last 90210 they did a few years ago was kind of in that direction.
Oh, that was on the CW, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, that was when they tried to revive that and
Is this going to be on
Melrose
Fox
Place.
now?
But you only pretty much.
Now, Melrose Place, that was Nathan's show. Nathan was a big fan of Melrose Place.
All right.
Massive fan.
Massive.
Yeah.
That's all right. But I don't know what the direction is they're going, but I know that a lot of the former cast members have signed on. They said that apparently Luke Perry he was going to do some like guest appearances, but he wasn't going to be able to be like a full-time cast member.
The only constant on the 90210 reboot was Jenny Garth, the one that came out in like 07 or whatever it was, or 08 or I can't remember, somewhere around there. The only constant was Jenny Garth.
You would know more about it than I would. I think I watched one
I watched a
episode,
couple seasons.
and that's only because I was watching whatever was on before it and was on the computer and too lazy to change the channel. That's basically where it goes as far as I go.
That's his cop out for watching it, folks.
I really wouldn't follow it because I knew nothing about. I know maybe 4 things about 90210 in general, and that's some of the cast character names and the fact that the guy that played Dylan's dad is on Days of Our Lives. That's really about all I can tell you.
What is it with these shows that are getting rebooted all the time?
Because 90s
I mean,
nostalgia.
can they not even? They can't come up with anything original.
Not even 90s so much.
Well,
just
they're talking about doing that one show you like with Helen Hunt.
Oh, that's done. That's greenlit.
Oh, is it
Mad,
greenlit?
Mad About You. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That is a thing. Helen Hunt and Paul Reiser. Mad About You is getting a reboot. Oh, and they just announced the name of the network that's going to carry it, and I can't remember what it is.
It's not NBC.
No.
It's an NBC show. That's
I know, but I can't remember who it is that's going to do it now. But yeah, that's a thing. Nostalgia, like you said, nostalgia's big right now. That's the thing. It's all about nostalgia right now.
As long as Roseanne's not on any of the shows, I guess.
She's not going to be in anything anymore.
No.
She's written her check on that one.
The Connors, they've done well without her though. The Connors, I enjoy it. It's carried on very well.
I watched the first episode of the Roseanne reboot, but I didn't. Maybe the first 2 episodes.
It was good with her. I mean, I liked the direction they were going with it. I liked what they were doing. And considering what she did and how she decided to just wreck herself with being involved, I like the direction they've taken. I like where it's going. But so let's see. Here's something. So what other reboots would you like to see?
I heard them talking about Martin too.
What?
I did
Yeah.
hear.
Was that show even popular? No.
I did.
For Fox, it was.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes, there is.
they are doing,
There is an Are You
Are You
Afraid of the Dark reboot. All that is getting.
Yeah,
is
Kenan
getting
Thompson's
reboot.
the executive producer.
Yes, so you know he's going to show up at one point. You know he's going to do something.
Kenan and Kel,
Yeah.
both of them.
That's another one. I kind of thought Melissa Joan Hart should get involved with it.
Wasn't Sabrina? Didn't they do something with Sabrina too? Like
Yes, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, yeah, but it's more, I think there again, it's more of the Sabrina from the Archie era, I believe, as opposed to the
Well, it's
Sabrina.
more Riverdale like
Yeah.
Archie than
Then
Archie
that's
comics.
Sabrina. Then,
So it's Sabrina the teenage bitch, basically.
but yeah, I think it's more along the lines of that than the Sabrina TV series from the 90s.
They could do a Pete and Pete.
Clarissa, that's what they were doing, right?
Are they?
doing
I don't know.
that?
I think she should though.
She was coming back as like the mother or something.
Yeah.
Oh wow, how cool! Okay, yeah, 'cause I liked that show. I remember watching that show.
Let's
Clarissa Explains It All. Yeah, I was into that.
let's
I
just
remember watching
reboot all the shows.
But no, so here's the deal. Okay, you are given the ability to greenlight any reboot you want. What is it? I swear to God, if you say fans.
They could do.
I was going to say Tattoo Teenage Alien Fighters from Beverly Hills.
No, you weren't. No.
From the 90s.
Or
No,
VR Troopers.
No, it doesn't have to be from the 90s. It can be any era. VR Troopers I could get behind, but continue it. Just get a continue, do like years later. You know,
Right.
new group or whatever. But no, anything. Doesn't have to be the 90s.
I'd like Home Improvement myself.
Now, from what I read, that almost happened.
And I know this the
Carrie's
last.
trying to eat, Nathan.
Carrie almost choked on her burrito over there.
I know the Last Man Standing is kind of like a quasi Home Improvement. I don't really watch it.
They use Benford tools on there, from what I understand. I read an article, though, a few months ago. It was like facts about Home Improvement that you didn't know.
Like it was funny at times.
I enjoyed Home Improvement, actually.
I enjoyed Home Improvement as well.
But from what I understand, I think they were talking. They wanted another season, and they decided, against it. But I think there was talk of trying to start that, putting that into works when Last Man Standing came along. Either that or when it came along, or when it got canceled, one or the other. But then, Last Man Standing's done really well for him.
Well, they also kind of half did one that I'd like. Was Boy Meets World when they did Girl Meets World,
and that was really good. That had a decent. What was it? I think 2 or 3 seasons.
I think it went to a third.
I'm the only person who never watched Boy Meets World.
I didn't watch it so much when it was on. I caught episodes of it. I caught it more when it hit syndication and stuff like that. But
I don't know.
I'm a big fan.
I want to say back in the day, I watched Wonder Years. I didn't like
the Wonder Years. The Wonder Years was an awesome show.
They did Fuller House type thing. They did that as a reboot for Netflix.
Yeah, we've got Fuller House.
Well, I know what show I would pick, but I don't necessarily know if I would do it as a reboot or if this is just a show I wish would have continued instead of being canceled.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take that as well. You can keep
Millennium,
it going.
exactly.
Okay.
Millennium would be my choice. It ended after season 3. Didn't really get an ending at all. It was left kind of open. And then they kind of got closure on an episode of The X-Files. But I love that show. I was just talking to Liz the other day about picking that up and watching that. I really love that show.
I'm going to say Firefly.
I thought you might.
I figured you were going to go with that.
I thought you might.
I'm surprised that hasn't happened yet.
That's what's really sad, though, is when you have a show, it's a really great show, and they don't get an open, it's left open. They don't get a chance to close it out.
Right.
If you're going to cancel a show, at least let them finish out a season or work toward a finale for the fans.
Yeah. The ending for Millennium was just so blah. It was like, I hated it. That show alone kind of opened up. It's about a criminal profiler. So it's kind of like, something like Criminal Minds that came by later and CSI, all these dark stories and everything on TV. Millennium's so good.
So you're saying it was ahead of its time?
It really was.
Nathan, what would you...
Well, I told you Home Improvement.
Okay. I didn't know if you... Okay.
We think you were joking.
I kind of thought...
that's real.
I kind of thought maybe you would have said Pro Stars. I know you were a big fan of Pro Stars.
It's a comic.
Oh, so what? You can't reboot a cartoon?
What are you trying to say? So, who cares? I wouldn't take another season of...
I wouldn't sit down and watch it.
Nathan would like to see Garfield and Friends come back and be rebooted.
They have to get a new voice because he's not around anymore.
Well, they did have a new Garfield.
Fine, they can do Garfield minus Garfield.
That's right.
The cartoon.
That's right.
Just have Bill Murray do it.
They did have a new Garfield cartoon, which was really in and around the time of the newer movies, which I kind of boycotted because I grew up on Garfield and Friends.
Do Family Matters, too. You could.
Well, they can't. They knock down the house, and they'd have to get a new house.
Well, I'm sure
people
they have a new house.
People do move.
Well, you could say Urkel blew it up. That's about the only thing he didn't do.
How many years ago did that?
See, that's a problem with doing that show because
20 years.
Because how's he going to do that voice?
He was already losing that ability when the show was still on. You watched the last 2 seasons. Oof.
Yeah.
Wolf.
That's part of the thing why they did the Stefan Urkel thing.
Doing that the other week.
Well, and really, there's another one. If you look back at that, considering that he wasn't even supposed to be a major part of Family Matters.
Right.
He was in a couple episodes.
He was just in a guest in one of them, and then.
Yeah. I know there was talk about reboots. There was talk of doing, I don't know about a reboot series, but like a reunion type thing for the Fresh Prince, but it never.
No, Uncle Phil would be worth it.
Well, see, this was before James Avery was still alive, but he's since passed, and I don't know. I think it was like everybody but Will Smith, and you kind of need Will Smith to do a Fresh Prince reunion.
And then there was the episode where he turned blue. Do you remember that episode?
No.
when he became the genie for Aladdin.
Oh, well, that is, yeah, okay. I really wondered where you were going with that. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
What was
it was like the Willy Wonka type thing.
Or had it taken another season or a better ending to Star Trek Enterprise?
What's that?
Yeah, hold on. Ow, sorry. So, Carrie, what show would you reboot?
Honestly, off the top of my head, I can't think.
She wanted the New Kids on the Block cartoon to last longer.
No.
They had a cartoon.
Oh, they had a cartoon. Who didn't have a cartoon? I think we had a cartoon in the early 90s.
You know what? Maybe
What was stuff?
We just don't remember it. No.
No one else does.
I wish Punky would have had more seasons.
You mean the live action Punky?
I got up real quick.
Yeah, Kevin's sitting with us.
Yeah, you're talking about the live action Punky?
Yeah, the live action.
Oh, what was the name of the guy that played Henry? Oh, I was gonna,
George Gaines?
I was going to do the impression, but now it's wasted because I can't think of his name.
You want to move the
no,
blanket?
You're good.
All right, we can move the
Yeah,
blanket.
not the unfortunately horrible Punky Brewster cartoon,
But-
because that was terrible. Ranked right up there with Roseanne Barr's cartoon.
Yeah, that was
terrible.
bad.
Lil Rosie?
Little Rosie.
No,
Yes,
that was
was terrible.
Yeah, one of the new episodes that they have would be like Lil Rosie blows up Twitter or something like
Little
that.
racist.
Yeah.
Oh.
So talking about TV
Not a little.
What's the, I don't know because I haven't watched it or really know much at all. Apparently there's some sort of documentary out on something now about Michael Jackson.
Leaving Neverland.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did want to talk about this. I don't know if you've heard about this.
About
but-
the Simpsons episode
Yes.
being pulled?
Yes.
That's where I was going
Did you
with
hear
it.
about it?
The Michael Jackson episode?
I did hear
What
about
do you
it.
mean
The
they-
Simpsons being pulled from syndication.
You mean the old one?
Yes,
Yeah.
the one from
Yeah,
season
where
3.
where he voices the mental patient.
Wow.
Leon. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are pulling that. And I
Wow.
read
That was brutal.
I read the article, and I feel like the guy did a bunch of double talk.
I think it was a lame attempt at trying to, he can't. Michael cannot defend himself.
Well, they talked
obviously,
about it was
and
just-
the guy defended him in court, right?
I'm not
I think
sure,
he
but
did. I
read
think both
the-
of them may have.
But I read the article about them pulling the episode, and he was like, don't get us wrong, we're totally against what they call book burning and that kind of stuff. We're totally against that and censorship and book burning, but this is our book, so we can do it. Like totally, it's just double talk. He just talked in circles. I mean, I understand why they're doing it. But see, I'm against, again, this whole thing with streaming. You're paying for streaming services, and what does FX tout on their streaming thing? Every Simpsons episode.
Right.
So you're pulling that. Okay, pull it from being shown on TV. That's fine.
I'm sorry to interrupt,
Oh, you're
but
fine.
it looks like we're teasing a Beth Phoenix WrestleMania comeback to the ring here, because Tamina and Nia Jax have decided to double team and beat her up.
Oh, that's lovely.
I think it was when they threw. Oh man, she kind of messed that up there. But when did they throw Sasha or Bailey into the?
Yeah, they threw Sasha
Yeah.
into the...
Is the match over? Do we know?
We were on our own tangent. I've lost control of the pay-per-view.
So Natalia has come in, and now she's okay. This could be okay. We've teased the
tag
WrestleMania match. It's a tag match now
it's
with
possible.
Natalia Beth Phoenix versus Tamina and
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax.
But back to the whole Simpsons thing. I hate the idea of paying for something that, you tout every episode and then you pull that. Don't show it on TV. Go ahead, but you should still kind of leave it up to me based on how I feel about that situation. If I choose not to watch it,
They ain't pulling the Cosby Show.
Well, they did. It was like nobody touched it for the longest time, but now you can.
Then everything's
TV
fine
won.
now. He's safe behind bars, I guess.
I think TV One is still showing.
Yeah.
Or they were for a
Yeah,
while.
I think they
still
are.
showing the Cosby Show.
Well, just like channels went back to showing Roseanne.
Yeah, Roseanne's back on TV now. TV Land and CMT actually shows Roseanne.
I thought that other channel I watched too has has 2.5 Men.
Are they showing Paramount? The
Yeah,
Paramount
I
Network,
thought they
formerly
were.
Spike. They may be showing it as well.
Wait,
But yeah,
Well, you had the thing about Michael Jackson. So there's the other big one about R. Kelly and his stuff.
Somebody actually paid his back child support.
They did?
Yeah, some
is-
super fan or something.
He is out of jail. Yes. There's no. I mean.
Apparently, he just did an interview where he flipped out.
Oh yeah, that was right
That was
this
on
week.
the CB.
Yeah,
that was
I
on
haven't
CBS this
followed it.
morning.
I don't waste my time with that stuff.
It
Yeah.
just pops up on Facebook here and there.
Okay,
so.
it's like this. Michael Jackson. I'm not gonna say that something didn't happen with Michael Jackson. I don't think it's as many as have stepped forward.
But
I
it doesn't
think-
matter if it's one.
No, it doesn't, and I'm not saying it overshadows it. But I feel the same way about the Bill Cosby thing too. I'm not saying he didn't. And trust me, I tried to hang with Bill for a while. I really did.
You know who?
Then it got ugly.
You know who holds the keys to the Michael Jackson information, don't you? Macaulay Culkin.
Thought he was going to say Bubbles the Chimp. I really did. I really did. That chimp is still alive somewhere. Wait, no, is the chimp still alive?
I
thought
don't.
he died.
I don't
it
think.
died.
Yeah.
I think it died.
So your theory is
Yeah, my theory's
gone.
shot to hell. But Macaulay Culkin, he's the one. He knows. You're right. He knows it all.
Well, just
I mean, maybe he was better. Maybe he was better off home alone. I don't know. But
Back to the R. Kelly thing.
yeah, what I was hitting at with like Michael Jackson and all that. I'm not saying something, but it's not R. Kelly. It just don't look good. Like,
Well,
I mean,
think about like him marrying Aaliyah
When Mr. Robert.
when that happened,
yeah.
and she like they lied about her age, so she could get married to him.
Yeah.
I mean, who the hell does that?
I mean, I'd say so. R. Kelly's a horrible person. Like we get that, but
And now he's got like the Charlie Sheen thing going on, where he has these two women that's living with him.
yeah.
like
and the one
kind
they're
of a-
saying is brainwashed. Like the one the
Yeah.
family's saying they haven't heard from her in years.
Well, wait, about that one. She after they did that press conference,
Championship match now.
she did. It looks like it. She did place a call to her family,
oh,
but
well, that's good.
I mean, and I saw the video on Twitter. It, I don't
It's just
even-
it's a mess.
Yeah.
This is really. I mean, if this goes to trial and all that kind of stuff, I mean, this is going to be a mess. Oh, we really want to delve into court cases and celebrities being in trouble. Jussie Smollett. Well, anybody want to comment on that?
Well,
I don't know what that is.
is the guy from Empire. He played Terry Hall in the Mighty Ducks movie.
Oh, did he?
That's
really?
how
Oh, wow.
that's how dated
know
that
that.
is. Yeah, he did.
He basically organized his own his own beating.
His own lynching,
His own-
basically.
he organized his own beating and then tried to say it was a racial crime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the problem is it all fell. The
It
wheels
was
fell
it was
off.
it was a big cover. It was a big hoax,
Yeah.
allegedly. And these two brothers from Nigeria were the supposed perpetrators, but they've come out and said
They
that
got caught and they
Yeah.
caved. And he just got indicted, I think, on 16 counts.
Yes, I did
Yes,
hear that
16
counts.
He's gonna.
But
Empire is suspended him from the show.
Yeah, he's not his movie career and his TV career is
What really stinks,
probably over.
What really stinks is that does a lot. I mean that messes with a lot of things. It messes with Empire and the fans of Empire. It messes with him. The gay community is.
Jeez, are you doing the AJ Styles
I'm not.
thing?
I'm trying to refrain from the AJ Styles thing. I'll do it later for you guys though. But no, the LGBT. Am I saying that right?
LGBTQ.
I think you looked
Sorry.
at the alphabet.
But what it does, it takes a hit there as well. It makes them look bad as well. It really, I mean, this is another mess. I mean, this is just as big a mess as the R. Kelly thing. He really hurt a lot of people here. He took down a lot of things here, and he does need to pay for it. He really does. You want to screw yourself, that's fine, but I mean, you're making a lot of other parties look bad by doing this.
I mean, as far as any like real punishment, it's not really going to come to anything huge. I mean, was he going to spend like 20 years in jail? No, he's not. That's not going to
Yeah, I
happen.
mean, I doubt he does. I
don't think he does any jail time.
Well, I mean, it'll be interesting to see because he'll take a plea deal.
The only
It'll be a plea
thing,
deal
I
or
mean,
something,
like falsifying a police report
basically,
and that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he might get like probation and a fine. That's it.
it's still basically,
It's more hurting his career than it does his.
It's
He's basically now a running joke.
Yeah. And I mean, Empire suspended him. They had to, I guess, rework the last few episodes of the season, which Empire comes back this Wednesday, if anybody cares. Carrie and I are big fans.
Without Jussie, of course.
Without, he's done. I'm curious to see how they write him out, what they do. But, it's just
in an ironic twist, they carry out what he said that happened. No, they don't.
I mean, there's ways they could go with it. I mean, they could have him in the show. He lived in England for a while, and the guy that he was dating is from there and wanted to go back at one point. So I mean, you could just very easily have him move back to England. But
no, he'll probably get hit by a bus.
Are they going to make it that neat? You know what I mean? Are they going to make it? They
so
could.
Apparently, this didn't stay a triple threat match.
The championship match. Well,
Kofi got.
I mean,
Kofi
he got.
benched.
Yeah,
so he could still show up at the end. I mean, there's that to hope for. But
but they're not announcing it like it's a triple threat, though.
Yeah.
Well, what can we do?
Because Vince
Kofi
McMahon lied.
All over the promo for this match.
He lied to him.
That's right. Yeah. Don McMahon
got his hopes all up, so he could go out to the ring and then get beat up, not even have the match.
But so there's been a lot going on, since our last.
These things are always
since our last episode, but. Sorry, I was just
another side conversation going on.
Yeah, they're just leaving us out. We're not privy to the information on Carrie's cell phone there. As she's getting on her phone during the podcast. That's awesome.
Oh he keeps on asking me, and then it keeps on going back for more.
So, but I think we've pretty much covered. Jason, did you want to touch on Captain Marvel? You've been pretty quiet over there for the most part.
It was good. Recommend going to see it. Still kind of processing it. I don't want to say too much because I know people want to see it. But it lives up to the Marvel brand. We'll say nice touching when it opens up and it's doing the Marvel logo at the very beginning. It's a nice little tribute to Stan Lee and all his cameos throughout the 10 plus years of Marvel Studios.
Nice. I know that was one of the things I always looked for.
Right.
To see where he was going to pop up.
And, he had filmed some of the cameos for the upcoming films. So he has he does have a very cool cameo in Captain Marvel.
Oh, nice. Cool.
All around fun movie. This was the first Marvel movie with a female lead character. And
I've heard Brie Larson does a pretty good job.
Yeah, she does. The cast is good story. Fun 90s nostalgia along the way, but at the same time, they don't just shove it down your throat either.
I'm looking forward to the young Nick Fury.
Yeah, no, Samuel L. Jackson as a young Nick Fury.
How did that look, by the way? Was it distracting or?
I didn't feel like it was distracting so much on him. The guy, I found it a little bit distracting on Coulson, just a little, but he has a smaller part, so.
That's not what you're going to say. I don't know why, but...
So they haven't disappointed, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What's going on here? They got Mustafa Ali. He's in this match now?
I'm wondering if he's coming out for revenge because he was supposed to be in the Elimination Chamber match, but he was injured. So now he's back.
He's like, look at me, I'm Sub-Zero with a light bright mask.
He's the Kofi replacement. Is this?
Wow,
I guess
this is a thing.
Why would he have his own entrance?
I think we should. I think we should definitely check this out. We can kind of wrap this up here. Did anybody else have anything?
Didn't really touch on the Bryce Harper thing, but.
Wait,
you have to wait and get a jersey because they're out of ours.
That's just next. Hit the bullet points. Bryce Harper, Phillies, 10 years. How much?
Too much.
13 years, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 13.
Oh, is it 13
it's
years?
13
okay,
years.
13 years
like
at
$330 million.
Yeah.
Turned down an offer from the Dodgers for 4 years at how much?
I think it was supposed to be $160 million. So it would have been $40 million a year.
That's just not enough money for anybody to live on.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's what, 30 now?
No,
he's 28.
26, I think.
Okay, he didn't want a contract up when he was 30.
That makes
what
sense.
I meant to. Because the thing is, a lot can happen.
Well, it's like Nathan and I talked about, really, with the deal he signed.
What he hit last year anyway, and he still got a huge-ass contract.
with the deal he signed, he's basically set for the rest of his life because he's
basically. I think he's already set.
Well,
for the
no,
rest
it's
of his
just from
life,
what you said. You know, the whole no move clause and all that. I mean, if he gets hurt, whatever. If he would decide to retire, they have to pay him anyway. Like he's smart. I'll give him that.
That's his clause in the contract. He gets paid no matter what.
That's what you were telling me
I
earlier.
mean, they're guaranteed.
Yeah, but if you
guaranteed
don't
contracts.
play, like if you get injured,
if he would get injured,
Well,
and come back.
I mean, we're talking about if he gets injured during, like
Playing, and I mean, gets injured, he comes back, and
that's pretty much standard with any contract.
But
Right.
still, I mean, wow.
I thought you meant like he got in a car accident and
my question
broke
is,
his leg or something. Or
my question is honestly, is anybody worth that much?
No.
You know, is anybody in any sport?
Unfortunately,
anything,
baseball pays out those types of contracts because we had another $30 million contract this offseason,
Manny
right?
Machado.
So
yeah, where did he end up?
He went to San Diego.
San Diego, because that was kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
you know what's sad to think about is you have somebody making $30 million in baseball, and then the elite players in the NHL make between like 10 and 12.
It's sick.
So, granted, that's a ton of money, but it's a third of these guys playing
So, are
baseball.
you suggesting that some of these guys on the NHL to supplement their income go on Cameo? Is that what you're suggesting?
It's possible, if they want to do that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
But it's just crazy, like how these different sports pay out.
No, it is. It's
all due to the revenue that the sports bring in too.
Yeah,
so I
it's
can't
true.
necessarily argue with that. I forget what are basketball contracts looking like right now. What did LeBron get to go to LA?
He got 4 years. I thought his was like 150 or something million.
So that is
It's like 30s,
35,
30s, 37, yeah.
$7 million a
back
year.
a dump truck full of cash up to his mansion.
And look what the Lakers are doing now.
He can screw him
So-
with that shit.
But have you noticed that's the way it goes? I mean, like he's their star player, and look at what he's doing, and they're still not winning games.
He was hurt too.
Yeah, but I mean, even still with him, it puts me in the mind of like when Michael Jordan went to DC.
Oh damn! You know how much I pay attention to basketball. For a minute there, I'm like, did basketball season even start?
They're past the All-Star break.
They're almost at the end.
It's almost.
It's just one of those things. I have not seen a single second of basketball.
But it puts you in the mind of when Jordan was playing for the Wizards. I mean, he was going out there and scoring 35, 40 points a game, and they weren't winning.
Yeah, but he came back out of retirement to try to draw people to come see them. It's not a money grab to go to LA to get.
But think about it. They
to
weren't
get
coming
paid.
to see them. They were coming to see Jordan.
Yeah, but Jordan was the owner, so he did that on purpose. He did that for a reason. He didn't do that to be selfish.
I'm not. Oh no, I wasn't saying he was being selfish at all.
Yeah, well, I
It's
can't
just-
compare it to LeBron. Is why I'm saying
It's just sad. What I'm saying is, it's just sad to see that. Like, I mean, LeBron, a high-profile player, he goes to a team like that and they still can't win. It's sad.
I guess his thing is he's won. Now he just wants to get paid, but he was going to get that no matter what anyway.
Pretty much.
You think John Elway's gonna suit up for the Broncos? Do that? Well, I mean, they got Flacco now.
Yeah,
but-
but what do they don't need LA anymore. Right?
Wait, back up. They
Yeah,
got
Flacco. The Broncos got Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
It hasn't been official because the season, like, you said,
Yeah, they can't do it until the start of the
the
league
official
year.
season. That's just like the same thing with the Antonio Brown deal. I mean, but it's all there. Everything's in place. It's ready to happen.
Case Keenum to Washington. That was another one that kind of they did.
I had missed that one. I hadn't heard that, but why would you lie?
No reason to.
That's what I'm saying. I hadn't heard it, but hey, why would you lie?
So now that we've covered
Yeah,
all
I
that,
think that's
maybe
it.
now you can
Yeah.
do what you wanted to do.
Well, that's it. I think.
Well, I
we
thought we would. No, I'm just kidding.
we can check out the rest of the world title and
Wait,
find out why
we'll
Sub-Zero is in the main event.
We're not be giving away any DVDs anymore.
No,
that's
we've
past.
given up on that.
Yeah,
We-
that's
So nobody claimed
Nobody
wanted-
American Pie.
Nobody
Yeah.
wanted our brand new used copy of American Pie. I'm devastated, frankly.
I think if we wouldn't get anybody if we tried to give away a apple pie.
I don't know. Depends on what kind of apples you use.
Should have been a Laserdisc.
Should have been just like a ninja star or something.
I mean, we had those
Don't
pictures.
forget, on the DVD, was there a
was
pie,
a pie.
on it? Now imagine what that pie would look like on Laserdisc.
Now, I mean, we had those pictures of Sonny, but they were the Now pictures, and nobody wanted those. I'm still a fan, even though she's kind of. I'm a nostalgic fan for Sonny, even though it's the last few years have not been kind. Very sad.
I think everybody's a nostalgic fan for Sonny. I don't think anyone's really a fan now.
Yeah. I feel bad. You feel bad when you see, honestly, when all that money,
Did they take her out of the Hall of
Oh,
Fame?
man.
I don't think.
That looked rough.
I don't think they did.
What?
Took her out of the Hall of Fame. No, I don't think they did.
What? Oh, did we talk about China going in as part
no,
of
we
DX?
didn't. So, we can touch on the Hall of Fame. Actually, a pretty cool class.
This could be a 2.5 hour show if we just kind
where are
of
we at? Yeah.
dangled the carrot every once in a while.
Yeah.
But
Let's close with the Hall of Fame.
the Hall of Fame, yeah.
But no, China, and I actually have a
But
question with
the
this,
thing
but-
is, with the China thing, it's not her
No,
on
it's
her
not.
own.
Look at this. All that.
Oh,
It's
my.
it's DX, but that raises the question: do you think China will go in on her own?
No.
You don't think?
Maybe not this year.
No, definitely not this year. But you don't think it'll happen?
I think
Jason?
eventually
Tori
it will.
Wilson's going in on her own
Yes.
this year, right?
Tori Wilson, so
But
far,
not a member of DX.
Tori Wilson.
Why would Tori
Wasn't
Wilson?
Tori Wilson a member of DX?
No, that's a
different
different Tory.
No, I'm thinking.
Yeah, she was just Tori.
It was Tori.
Yeah, she was just Tori.
Okay.
But can you name me what Tori Wilson did in WWE?
She was
At all.
She was part of.
She was used
She was
against
in-
Vince from Linda McMahon, right?
She was
Tori
she
Wilson,
was-
right?
She was.
That's
in
how
that,
she came in at first.
Yeah, that's
was-
how she was introduced, right?
Yeah.
She was in that era of Divas Wrestling. I mean, they're reaching at this point. I hate to say it for certain people, for certain names. You know, look at you figure is Ivory's already in, isn't she?
She got in like I don't know
A year or
if it
so
was
ago. Like Ivory's
yeah.
in, Trish is in, Lita's in,
Beth Phoenix.
Beth
is in.
Phoenix is in, Molly Holly's in, I believe.
No.
Or not yet?
No.
Okay. So there's one. They could, and I mean, she's on good relationship with them, to my knowledge.
Right.
So she'll go in at some point. I mean, you're kind of.
Eventually, probably Kelly will get in.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Mickey
Kelly.
James will get in at one point.
She's still active. So.
She is active.
Yeah. So I mean, but I'm not surprised Tori Wilson would go in. I'm really not. I'm surprised. I mean, Stacy Keibler. You think we'll ever see her?
I think she
No.
probably did more than Tori Wilson.
Yeah.
I mean, Miss Hancock and then
Well,
Stacey
Tori
Keibler.
was in WCW.
She did-
Stacey
I mean,
Keibler
Tori
was
wrestled
in an episode
some.
of How I Met Your Mother.
Stacey Keibler's also in my book. I mean, I'd have put her in years ago, but
Put her in years ago.
and the Hall of Fame. No, I'm not surprised. But you've got Tori Wilson going in. The Honky Tonk Man. Goes
That one's
in.
a little surprising, only because
That it hasn't already happened.
well, no. He's said a lot of
the Heat
he's said
kinda
a lot of stuff on those shoot
on the
interviews.
shoots on
Yeah.
YouTube.
You
I've
can just
seen-
look all those up, and they're
HTM is very
He
opinionated.
doesn't hold back about anything.
no.
No, he's very opinionated. So I'm.
Because the earlier ones, you could tell like he didn't really. I mean, there's one where he goes into like it's not a Hall of Fame and all that stuff, and then a little couple of years later, he kind of softens his stance, and now we're at where we are.
Well, maybe I'm just totally making this up. Didn't he say something? Oh yeah, if they put me on a contract and pay me, I'll do it too.
Yeah,
Did he say that?
I think
he might have.
That
So-
sounds about right. Because I always fall asleep like watching
He
YouTube
was-
videos.
he's
and
basically
those play
one-
on a loop all the time. So I wake up different parts of the night and it's playing. I swear I can remember him.
He's
saying
basically
that.
one that has said if the dollar amount's there, he'll do do the work.
Right.
I can't remember what the amount was at one point, but he made a statement they wanted him for something, and he said that basically he won't cross the street to the airport for less than
a certain
X amount
money.
of dollars.
Right.
So I'm imagining the carrot was pretty nice to get him to do it. But I didn't know them to be on bad terms. He just, again, was very opinionated.
Yeah.
About
and he
what he
made
did.
a couple appearances here and there over the years.
I mean, I'm going to honestly never say never because, look, they got the Warrior in there. After that happened and they managed to get Bruno in there, Those two.
Can't wait for CM Punk's induction
Yeah.
in 2040.
That he won't do it.
Can I see the Warrior's wife's on the writing team?
She is. Dana Warrior is on the creative team now. They've added her. Arn Anderson got fired. That was another story I didn't touch.
Something happened with him though.
Yeah,
he did with it was Alicia Fox.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Foxy showed up drunk and he let her wrestle. And Vince McMahon was not happy.
That's a
Jim
no.
Cornette is not in the hall, is he?
He inducted. No, he inducted,
inducted
Rock and Roll Express, I
Press,
think.
Yeah.
He should
he's
be,
not.
He's another one that gets kind of opinionated
he
at
does.
times.
I don't think.
I love listening to Jim Cornette.
I don't think it matters to him so much.
I love listening to Jim Cornette. His when he's on podcasts or any of his shoots,
Cornette's awesome.
I love listening to him talk. I would love to see him come back in WWE or AEW or something.
There's a lot of guys that feel that whole thing about it not being an actual hall. That it's not an actual thing. It doesn't mean a lot. Who was it that really... God, I can never remember his name. But
they do let some people in that don't deserve to be in.
He actually sold his ring on eBay and all that. And I mean, he's another one. Who am I thinking of? He's very outspoken against...
Didn't Sonny sell hers? She needed the money.
She might have, but that may have been drug money. I hate to say that. No.
I mean, Hogan gave Abyss his ring.
Sure did. Oh, I can't think of the guy's name.
I think I know what you're talking
You know
about.
who
I just don't know
his name is just not
who
there.
it was.
Yeah.
Who gave Abyss the ring?
Hogan. It was a storyline on
It was a storyline
TNA.
on TNA, yeah.
They didn't say it was a WWE Hall of Fame ring. They said it was a Hall of Fame
Is he
ring.
working for WWE now?
Yes, he is.
He's an agent, yes.
Yes, he is. He's a backstage agent.
Yeah. Him. It's ironic because they
Superstar
didn't
Billy
even.
Graham. Superstar Billy Graham
yeah.
has been very outspoken against pretty much like the WWE is nothing but evil. But yeah, he sold his ring. He sold it on eBay.
It's ironic how they didn't really mention TNA all that much, like back in the day. But now they just did a video where Abyss, Sanjay Dutt, Shane Helms, and Jeff Jarrett were all like backstage agents. And Jarrett's now, isn't he part of the
team? He's on the writing team.
Yeah.
Now. Yes, he's now on the creative team as well.
So,
but circling back
Shane
to
Helms is?
Jeremy
Yes,
Borash
that's
is in
Borash
the
is
creative,
with them.
like he's part of the production. So,
But back to the Hall of Fame. We mentioned the Honky Tonk Man. We've got Tori Wilson.
DX. Those are the
DX
only
are the
ones that
headliners.
have been announced, right?
The word was
Brutus
the Hard
Beefcake is supposed to be another name.
Ooh.
I did not know that. I had not heard that. The Hart Foundation was another name that I heard was thrown around.
Yeah. I don't know. If
Would
they'll
they do that the same
Not
as DX?
no. I can't see them doing that the same
I wouldn't
year.
see two factions going in together.
I'm a little upset. No mention of Vader. Vader needs.
Well,
to be
they probably want to wait a year.
That was too late.
Vader needs to be in the
They
hall.
waited too
Vader
long.
should have been in the hall already,
Yeah, very true.
along with
but-
Sid. Hey, he's a 4-time world champion. He headlined 2 WrestleManias. Come at me, bro.
I don't want to hear. Well, part of me does want to hear his acceptance speech, but train wreck. But
I am half the man you are.
no, his math will never be as great as Scott Steiner's math. It'll never stand up to that algebra problem.
There's another one.
Scott Steiner.
Both
Scott
the
Steiner
brothers.
will never get in. Not as long as Triple H is on the committee. Yeah, I will if you test
Candace
Connor, right?
Yeah, I mean that. Well, didn't he also claim that Hulk Hogan threatened to kill him in an airport or something? I mean, that's
I would think it was more with Hogan being there.
yeah. I mean, Scott Steiner could do. Scott Steiner could take Hogan. I mean, Steiner, he's a freaking animal. Oh, jeez. But yeah, so there's your Hall of Fame class this year thus far. I'm not sure.
I wouldn't know.
This has been a pretty good match.
Yeah,
I didn't see like rumors of anybody else that I know of.
I didn't hear Brutus Beefcake. The Hart Foundation was the only other name that I've heard that hadn't been. But again,
Would you want to go to a barber that had like hedge clippers like that?
I wouldn't want to go to a barbershop where Brutus Beefcake's picture was posted on it.
Well, first off, if you go to his barbershop, it's already destroyed because
yeah,
Marty Jannetty tried to go through the window to escape.
Oh, is that what it was? That's right. Yeah, he was trying to escape. That's
what I
So I
heard.
got a question. I don't know if there's any tickets available. Were you guys at all interested in seeing 3 WWE Hall of Famers at South Hagerstown High?
We are going to be on our cruise.
Oh, that's during
Yeah,
the cruise.
yeah, we're going to
Yeah,
be
our cruise
gone.
starts
But
next Sunday.
Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Jeff Jarrett.
I would have went for Jarrett.
I'm good.
I mean, JEFF.
J-A-R-R-E-T.
T.
I don't know why when they have him on TV, why don't they go back to the whole gimmick he was doing in the late 90s? That was so much better. Just more of that slap nuts.
You mean the
Slap
don't piss me off
Yeah.
type?
Off guitar.
Yeah, that, I mean...
Remember, they're PG.
Well, that's
Still.
fine. Don't make me mad.
Yeah,
You
Don't
know
Make
where
Me
I'm
Mad
going.
guitar.
You know
That's
where I'm
what
going.
his action figure came.
Yes, that was on the action figure.
Don't Make Me Mad guitar.
Yes, don't make me mad.
But,
At least with Billy Gunn, they put Mr. B.A., remember?
Yeah.
At least...
I love those figures, man. Those Jax figures. I just got the Godwins at a toy show a few months ago.
Oh, nice.
So I didn't have them. So.
No, I didn't either. I missed those.
So I got the Godwins.
Very good.
When are the Beverly brothers going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Hopefully never. But I'll tell you who should be, and that's the genius. Lanny Poffo's had a long career. A lot of people overlook Lanny Poffo.
Is IRS in the Hall of Fame?
No, he's not.
No.
Ted DiBiase is, right?
Yes. Yes. More of a Ring of Honor than anything else. I mean, it's not a building. There's no
You
building
could
you
put
go to.
put
They
IRS
should.
in under Mike Rotundo. Put him in under his real name with everything. And
Right.
He the career. Don't put him in.
Why
as-
don't-
That's what
They
I don't
just
understand
don't-
with the Godfather. Why do you go in as the Godfather instead of under all of his personas?
Right.
Papa Shango, he came out at the end of WrestleMania 8. That was his highlight.
Because that was a laughable gimmick. The gimmick was ridiculous.
It
He was a
like,
voodoo
oh,
man.
man. Did he?
He was
He went between them.
Oh, wow.
He went between them. But yeah, that was close.
He was a voodoo
Holy
man
shit.
that walked around with a giant skull or whatever that smoked, and he put curses on that made black goo drip down their faces. He lit a man's feet on fire during Superstars, and you want to know why Papa Shango's not in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It worked for the time. Come on, all the other bad gimmicks. Come on.
Well, that was right up there with it. And just The Godfather is what he's.
But I mean,
known
the
for.
Godfather, Kama Mustafa, Papa Shango. I mean,
Okay, honestly, and be honest. The Godfather, comma, and Papa Shango. Which one sticks out to you?
well, it depends. It's a generational thing, honestly.
I'm asking you.
I think Papa Shango went up against more elite wrestlers, so I almost have to go with him for that
don't
reason.
think he did. That's the thing.
Ultimate Warrior. When did Godfather ever go up against anyone like the Godfather? Or when would the Godfather have ever come out to interfere with the main event at WrestleMania? He would never been pushed like he was
Wasn't
with
he-
Papa Shango.
That's also
Wasn't he?
put in
He
there
was the Intercontinental Champion as the
That's
Godfather.
right. He was.
He was
but
going to lose to Owen Hart
just
by the
because
accident.
you're put in a main event picture doesn't necessarily mean you deserve to be there.
I just think, I don't know. For the era, I think he's remembered as much as the Godfather was for his era, in my opinion. Because as a kid, he was in video games and all that, when they're very selective about
He was.
the
Yeah, he
number
was-
of people who actually got into the video games.
He
back
was
then.
in Super WrestleMania for Sega.
Yeah.
Papa Shango was. Yeah, he was. I'll
So,
give you that.
when I think about it, that's what I'm thinking. Children of the generation, I always remembered the guy with the skull face and everything. I remembered that, and I hardly watched WWE.
I remember him too, but I think The Godfather sticks out more.
Well, it does for us during the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
But I think, like I said, I was all WCW back then, but I remembered Papa Shango.
I feel
I
like
remember The Undertaker.
I
Those
feel
guys
like-
always made you, you were always aware of
I
them.
feel like The Godfather's more memorable than Papa Shango would be. That's me. That's just.
I just think he should have went in as all of his characters. Because you can argue all day which one was more popular, but they were both popular.
That
for
would
their
be
time.
a sense than just put him in under his. What the hell's his real name?
I mean, Colin Mustafa
Isn't
would be
it
the...
Charles Wright?
Charles Wright. Yeah, then you just
Yeah.
put him in under that. I mean, I see where you're going in that aspect.
'Cause that would've
because
covered all of them.
because look at Ric Flair. I mean, Flair's went in on his own, and he's went in under the Horsemen.
I mean, look at all the characters Ed Leslie was. Is he going to go
Right.
in as all of them?
Let's hope not. 'Cause I
probably
refuse to
not.
accept
How about
it.
the Nation? How come the Nation's not in the Hall?
That would be...
What incarnation of the Nation would you
That's
use?
true. Yeah, where do you... You could put them all in.
But then again, you're doing that with DX right now.
Right.
But no Jason Sensation.
Was he ever really in the DX?
He was an honorary member.
Yeah, he kind of just ran with them. I mean,
Daniel Bryan just...
I mean, Stephanie McMahon would be in DX, right?
Yeah. Kane, right?
For like
Kane,
a little bit.
Kane was never in DX, though.
He said socket.
He did, but he was never in, because if you remember, when they reunited, they teased a new member, but that's when X-Pac turned on him.
Right.
And said there wouldn't be a new member and all that. Yeah, that was... Yeah, they teased it for a few weeks like it was going to be a thing. He did, but...
Rick Rude. Another one.
Yeah, Rick Rude's not in it for whatever reason.
Rick Rude's in the Hall, but he's not in DX. He's not in the DX.
The Dangerous Alliance, that should go in. But it never will because it was... Oh, man,
yeah, that's
so close.
Primarily WCW. I wouldn't think you'd get that, but Paul Heyman will eventually take his spot at some point.
Yeah. But WCW, they're owned by the same company now, so therefore they should recognize more WCW talent.
Well, they should. I mean, that's true.
Like Alex, right?
The Freebirds are in the Hall, right? Or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Did they go in? I know Michael Hayes is, but are the Freebirds?
I think they went in.
They may have.
But like Doom, I guess they're not in like a team like that.
No.
John Gonzalez, Elegante.
Well, I mean, if you want people in there that are terrible,
the Goon.
You may as well put the Great Khali in.
The Brooklyn Brawler. He'll be
in there.
He honestly, he should.
Who?
I mean,
the Great Khali?
The Brooklyn Brawler.
Oh.
But not probably under his. Well, I mean, the Brawler. I mean, there's another one. He had a bunch of different ridiculous characters, but he's been around forever. He's
Why don't you just put Barry Horowitz in there while you're at it?
Is Barry Windham in the Hall?
I don't.
Well, he's in as a horseman, though, right?
I don't think it was that incarnation.
No,
really,
it wasn't that incarnation. I think it was the original of Arn and Ole, Flair,
and Tully Blanchard.
So is Larry Zbyszko in the Hall?
Yes, he is.
Okay, as Larry, it's just
I remember
he's not in as a member of.
I remember how bad his speech was.
I'm nothing on top of Mr. T's.
Larry Zbyszko was in the Dangerous Alliance, too.
I don't even remember Mr.
All he did was
T's.
he thanked his mom a bunch of times. Remember, it was he just talked about his mom a lot or something.
Well, he wanted people to call their mama.
Yes, he did.
Not or like Ernest Mill.
Not like that. Cat, 3-time world karate champion.
I'm the greatest.
God, that's so great.
What about Judy Bagwell?
Buff Bagwell. I was a Buff Bagwell fan. I was a fan of Buff Bagwell.
Jim Cornette deserves to be in the Hall. There's absolutely no reason as to why that man is not.
But if he doesn't accept it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, because I'm sure they've reached out to certain ones that we've heard that. I mean, how did Jackie get in there?
Right. Jimmy Hart's in the Hall, correct?
No, but there's a guy that should be.
Jimmy Hart's not in the Hall?
Jimmy Hart, I do not believe, is in the Hall of Fame.
I don't remember him being in.
No, he should be, though.
Paul Bearer?
He's in.
He's in.
Yeah. His son's inducted him.
Yeah, and then the one son died not long after that, if I remember right.
Yeah. And then didn't they auction his ring too?
They might have. They very well may have. I'm not sure. But I know with Jimmy Hart, Jimmy Hart did a lot of stuff a lot of people don't realize. So he was big in a lot of the music back then. There's an album floating around iTunes. I can't remember what it's called, but it's I have it downloaded back there. It's a lot of the themes that he did.
Is Pillman in the Hall?
No.
Bulldogs?
I don't think he is.
No, but these are a couple of names that really should be. Brian Pillman was awesome. British Bulldog, definitely.
We would know if there was a building.
Yeah, see, we could go there.
And it just fractures me why they could easily have a building in Stamford.
Yeah, I mean, really, they have that. They have
this damn warehouse. Just put all that stuff in this Hall of Fame. Charge people. There you go.
I love those videos they were doing for a while where they would take you through the warehouse.
Right? Yeah.
See some of the old stuff laying around.
Like, could you imagine being able to get in a ring to get your picture taken and like all the fun stuff they could do there?
Yeah, I mean that's a friggin'. Oh my God, that's an attraction.
Pay gets stunned by Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's just there all day stunning people.
when he's not doing that Broken Skull Challenge or whatever it is on TV.
No, seriously.
I heard like a rumor, if you interview with the company, they give you a tour of the warehouse and they allow you to take one like item. Not like
Oh wow, really?
like not like
an item of their choosing.
like a DVD or like a T-shirt that's in their stock.
Oh, that's cool.
I think I don't know if that's like a true rumor, but
That's pretty cool.
Ow.
But I think we can kind of shut it down at this point.
I don't know.
Or we're
We're
gonna be here all day.
yeah,
Well, we're going to be here till the end of the pay-per-view anyway.
right.
But with the sound off, I'd like to actually enjoy the pay-per-view. Don't really know anything that's going on.
Well, let me tell you, it's been okay.
It's been
No, that last match was
Yeah.
really good.
No, it sounded like it. Honestly, it's been just all right. but
They got 2 matches left, actually.
the Hall of Fame is something. Unfortunately,
the 6-man tag and what else?
This match, the Becky Lynch and Charlotte
and I
match.
actually do want to see this.
All right.
But no, the Hall of Fame, though, unfortunately, it's something you could argue it all day long. You know, who should be in and why. I mean, I'll agree with you that some people are in that. I mean, the Birdman. What did the Birdman do to get in the Hall of Fame?
He was there.
He was in high energy.
Hillbilly
They were
Jim?
terrible.
He's
He
in
got it
there.
last year, right?
Hillbilly Jim's kind of had a lot going on. Though. I mean, he was a bigger guy in the '80s and stuff, and he was bigger than the Birdman was.
Is the Junkyard Dog in the hall?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and see, he was cool.
He was.
Here's the
among
thing I don't
the-
understand about it. Are there a certain amount that go in every year?
No, I think it varies.
Okay. Like
Usually there's like 6-ish, and then they have all those like legacy ones that they put in.
People that you don't necessarily
That-
know so much about,
yeah, right.
but they go in.
I also heard that they're trying to cut down like the time of the ceremony.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Did
some
you hear
people
this?
Go on. They've
Like they're
talked
not.
about that
They're
last
thinking
year or
about
so.
like not even doing like people that are inducting them or something like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they just have like a video thing, and then
I mean,
they
I
put them out.
enjoy
Yeah.
some. Like, it should be like the top 2 to get some, like an introduction. You don't really need it for all of them.
But no, I mean that's just like okay, they were in Texas the one year or whatever, so that's why I think Jackie was put in. I mean, they reach out to the talent from that area, you know. It just kind
Well,
of
they need to do a WrestleMania in August. So
you know they basically and it's like I said, it's all in those that will agree to do it that even want to be a part of it.
Why wouldn't you though?
I mean, it just depends on how much I guess you need the validation.
Yeah.
You want the validation. Like, should CM Punk go in? Absolutely. Will
He?
he?
No.
No, I don't think he wants really anything to do with wrestling. I mean, I think All Elite reached out to him when they...
He did a signing at the Pro Wrestling Tees shop.
but I mean, that's
That's
about as
different.
much. I don't think he's going to get back in a ring. I don't think he has an interest.
I mean, never say never, but
Right.
I mean, he gets into a ring now. I mean, the money's right, and if he has creative control, maybe.
I think it's going to take... I mean, like I said, they've been known to pull off the impossible. I never thought the Warrior would have went in. It didn't look like Bruno Sammartino would ever go in, but they did it. They somehow got him, you know. Bret Hart came back around eventually.
yeah.
Is Rick Martel in the Hall of Fame?
No. There's another one probably soon.
What about Dwayne Gill?
I mean, really, why wouldn't Martel? Tito Santana's in, I
Yeah.
believe, isn't he? I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, Santana's in, so why wouldn't Martel?
I don't know.
I mean, they were both in Strikeforce, and as far as I'm concerned, really, I mean, he didn't do any more or any less than what Rick Martel did.
Earthquake.
Earthquake went in, did he not?
Did he?
Or no,
No.
I don't think he did.
Just put the whole Dungeon of Doom in it.
No.
Kevin Sullivan, is he in the Hall?
Terrible.
No. Having him, he's never been in WWE to my knowledge.
No, I know, but I still think that's kind of...
But see, with Earthquake, there's another one. What do you put him in under?
Sure.
I mean, it would make sense. He is not an animal. He is a man.
Golga.
You know, what do you put him in under? Do you do that, or do you just
You
do
put him
John
under
Turner?
his name, and then you show all the different characters. that
Yeah,
there
because
was.
I mean, he had a long.
No,
list of
he'd
talent.
go in as Earthquake.
I would think, yeah. That's
Earthquake
cool.
or Golga, or Shark, or what was his other persona in WCW? Aftershock.
Avalanche?
Avalanche. You're thinking of the Shockmaster. That was
Shockmaster.
That was Typhoon.
That was
That was
Typhoon.
Typhoon.
That was Fred Ottman. He should go in just on the hilarity alone.
They'll start putting in moments, like a moments category.
Yeah, there you go.
Obscure moments, and that would be one of them.
That's just so great.
They'd actually recreate the moment for the ceremony.
Well, they did that on Raw. Remember they had Santino do it?
Yes, they did.
That was hilarious. And Dusty Rhodes said, "It should have worked. It should have worked."
And they did do like a video on, I don't know if it was WWE.com or YouTube, where they did the barbershop thing with the New Day. I don't know if you saw that one.
No, I didn't. You have to find it, send it to me. Send me a link.
So is this supposed to be to go to WrestleMania?
If Becky wins, she's in WrestleMania. Even if she doesn't win.
Triple threat?
Yeah, triple threat.
And she's not allowed to use the crutch, I don't think.
Well,
to walk on or to hit
Maybe
Charlotte with?
It would be hilarious if she's just been sandbagging this whole time.
Just gets in
and
there,
like she throws away the crutch and she starts like
just turns into a machine. I mean, just takes her apart.
Could happen. You know what else could happen? Sometime we end this show.
That's I mean, y'all want to drop the curtain?
I'd say it's probably about time.
Yeah, no, it's been fun.
I think Jason would agree.
Yeah.
I thought we were just talking. We're still recording us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Jason's over there looking for the next cameo. He's on Cameo still, I think. No, it's not.
I'm putting myself up.
What's Stephen? Will Stephen King do a cameo for you?
He currently does not. But if you type in somebody's name and they're not on there, you can request it.
Oh, okay. You looked for Stephen King there, didn't you?
I did.
I thought I had a hunch. But no, it's been fun. It's been good to have everybody back together. Hopefully, those who listen can hang through the whole thing because this has been a lot of fun. But until next time, guys, it's been great. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. But we out.
Peace out.
See ya.